Hi everybody, I hope you're well and staying safe and looking after yourselves. So we're back again for another Crafternoon on a Tuesday. So my name's Sophia and I am one of the directors of the Curator-Educator, and every week we do a different craft. We have a little natter and we practice what I like to call some creative self-care. So I'm going to switch to our big crafting cam straight away. And this week we are doing some beaded wind chimes. Oh yeah, boom. So what I'm going to go through the materials. Dun, 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 dun. So we've got some lollipop sticks. I've got an assortment of beads and a few buttons in there. I've got some scissors, I've got a pencil, I've got a little bit of felt, so we use this from last week. And we've got some threads, and then just to the side here, my makeshift palette today, I've got some PVA glue and a glue stick. Okay, so what we're going to do to begin with, I'm trying to multitask. There we go. Dun, dun. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to first of all create a frame. So we're going to make a beaded wind chime. I'm just going to move some things to the side and shuffle that up. So I'm going to put all the beads and buttons there. I'm going to move the felt to the side just so you guys can see a little bit easier. And we're going to make a frame. So I've got an assortment of lollipop sticks. Now you can do this, you can make kind of whatever shape you like really. So I've got 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm not going to use all of those. What I'm thinking today is going to make a triangle shape. So I'm going to use one of each colour. Basically what I'm just going to do, I'm going to kind of look at my shape first. Make sure it's kind of in the right sort of area before I add any glue. Okay. Dun, dun, dun. So, got my triangle shape. That's cool. And then what I'm going to do, so you could do like square one, so you just change the shape up. Let's go purple. You could do square, you could do hexagonal, you could do whatever you like. I'm sticking with triangle because then you've got 3 points where you can attach some things to make your beaded wind chime. So boom, got those there. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to start with the first 2 at the top. I'm going to add a bit of good old PVA glue. I do like a bit of PVA. I like it because very sort of like anybody can use it. It's quite alright on your hands. Also, generally most people have used it before, so it's quite handy. So I'm going to stick 2 bits of glue on either side, and then you might just have to adjust the shape just so you kind of get it in the position that you want, like so. So I'm just going to leave that. I'm going to gently move that to one side. That's going to dry. It shouldn't take too long to dry. It will dry within the session, so we'll do the session for an hour. Move those bits over there. Then we're coming to all the buttons and beads. I do like a good bit of crafty supplies. So what we're going to do to make our beaded part of our wind chime is we're going to get some thread. So I've got just embroidery thread. You could use wool, you could use string, whatever you've got available at home. Okay, I'm going to go for that red, I think. And basically what you want to do is find the end if you can. That's always the case for me, always tricky. There we go. Find the end. So you can decide how long you want it to be. So I'm going to go for quite a long length. And I'm going to get my scissors and I'm going to snip like so. There we go. So, and then one end, I'm going to do a series of knots. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I've did quite a few. So we've got quite a significant knot, just because the hole for these beads is quite large. So you want a decent knot. Obviously, depending on your beads or whatever you're using, you don't have to use beads. You can use, I've got some buttons here. You could use anything that kind of, when it kind of has a bit of movement, makes a bit of a sound. That's kind of the aim that we want. So I'm just going to do some extra knots like so. And if you find that it's not enough, just add some extra in and you should be absolutely fine. But I hope everybody's doing well. It's a bit gloomy where I am today, weather-wise, which is always a bit like bleh. Makes you feel a bit bleh, doesn't it, when the weather's a bit ick. But apart from that, all is good in the world, I say, in my world. And every week, as we kind of are making, we have a little natter, and I'll just see what everybody's been up to. So I'm going to start with mine with a button. Okay, you want to try and thread it through. If you're struggling to thread it, you could use a needle just to help you thread it through. Okay, so I'm going to go boom straight away. So I have a button on there, and that's going to mean any beads that I add on afterwards are going to stay in place because that's not going anywhere. So I'm going to thread that through all the way, and I'm going to go through once more. So I'm going to try, or actually I'm going to undo that bit because it's not going to work well. So I'm going to go for, you can choose kind of whether you want to create a pattern. I'm going total freestyle. I'm going to go for my favourite colours, purple and blue, to begin with. And basically what you want to do is build up this, and you can build it up however you like. Like you could add loads of beads, you can add a few, whatever you've got at home, you can kind of mix it up. The choice is totally yours. So, adding all the beads. Let's say you're going to build it up. And basically, as it kind of moves, you want it to make that sort of jingly noise, because when it is like blowing in the wind, if you have it outside or even just somewhere in your house, and obviously the wind, if you've got a window open, then it kind of has that movement, then that's what we're after, really. So I'm keeping my theme of blues, purples, pinks. I don't even know if I want that blue. I might change my mind. But yeah, we always have a natter, and I kind of share what I've been up creative-wise and things I've been doing for my own well-being. And also what we've got going on at the Curator-Educator this week as well. So for me this week, what have I been up to? I've been trying to have a bit more of downtime, just like having a bit more space in my head for me. Been doing a little bit of writing, which has been good, just for my own mental health and well-being, just kind of writing down thoughts and feelings and things, which is obviously for me has been quite helpful. Normally writing things down is something I found quite tricky in the past, but I've had a go at it, and I've been quite pleasantly surprised, so that's been a positive for me. Making wise, what have I been up to making wise? So we've been working on, you might have seen yesterday my post that we've been working on our lockdown banner. So last year, myself and the lovely people at Community Courtyard decided to do a collaborative project where we asked people in the community to share their lockdown message. And we did this through Stitch, and we sent everybody out a little kit. So that included like the fabric, needle and threads, that sort of thing, and obviously then an envelope to send it back to us. And we've had 50 people partake in this, which is amazing. And we have been, over the last sort of week or so, been putting that together with the lovely help of Kathy, who has been coming into the yard and she is our sewing guru. So she has been fabulous and been helping us patch it all together. I, over the weekend, did the border, which I was a little bit proud of myself for doing that. So I'm getting my sewing machine out. Saturday evening, boom, that's what I did. Rock and roll, I know. And then we had a little check of it yesterday, and then next week we are going to back it, and it's then we're going to attach some loops, and we're going to be able to have it up at the yard. So it's going to be exhibited at the yard as a permanent feature, which is amazing. So if you want to come and see it, it's going to be up at the yard in a couple of weeks' time. So we'll do a post when it's up and ready, which will be awesome. And so that's been a big project that's been going on over the last year, but obviously over the last couple of weeks with sewing it together, which has been awesome. So just coming back to our beaded wind chime, I've got quite a few, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to do one more. Odd numbers, remember. It's the rules. So I'm going to do one more. And I'm going to leave that there because I think that's going to make a substantial noise. But you could go further up if you wanted to. I'm going to have a little think whether I want to kind of maybe add some more buttons in there. I think I might do that. But you can just kind of go with it however you like. So, threading that through. Oop, try once more. I think what I've decided to do is I'm going to do each strand sort of a different array of colours. So it's kind of a bit of a mix. So that's kind of that one. Makes a good jingly jangly noise, which is excellent. And then might add a few more beadies. I changed my mind. There we go. We want lots of jingly jangly noises when we're making a wind chime, don't we? But for Curator-Educator this week, we've got again another busy week, which is always awesome. I've got our Crafternoon today, and then Wednesday to Friday we've got our Crafternoon at the yard, which is awesome. And then this weekend we are in Leicester at the High Cross Shopping Centre, and we're doing 2 different workshops on Saturday. One is origami animals, which is suitable for young children and suitable for anybody who wants to come along. I think there's only 12 spaces per workshop, and they're a very quick 30 minute, 40-minute workshop. That one's at 12 o'clock, and then at 3 o'clock we are doing a DIY body scrub. So I'm going to show you how to make your own body scrub. All the materials and things are provided. Again, there's 12 spaces, and you can come along, learn how to do that. And obviously you'll get to take home your own little body scrub as well, which is awesome. So we're looking forward to doing that. And then next week we're beginning our summer programme. So we're doing some crafty things at the yard every Wednesday. Next week, as it is the beginning of the summer holidays, we are going to be doing some t-shirt design. So we're going to do t-shirt sort of design. We've got a special machine called a crit cut machine, which you can cut out t-shirt transfer vinyl. So you can create your own design, print it out on the machine, then transfer it onto a t-shirt. We're also going to do some tie-dye. So those sessions are 10 till 12, and then 1 till 3. Okay, so there's a very small charge for that. If you're doing half a day, so either 10 till 12 or 1 till 3, it's £3. If you're doing the full day, it's £5. So hopefully not too pricey for anybody who wants to have a go. But also it's a chance to kind of learn some new creative skills, and each week we're going to do something different. So like I said, we're doing a t-shirt design, we're doing some kintsugi, which is the Japanese art of when something is broken, you put it back together, highlighting those faults, but also making it into something beautiful. We're going to be doing pendant making. I'm trying to remember everything that we're going to be doing. So let me have a little reminder of myself. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, we're going to make some warriors. I remembered that one. And we're also going to be doing, trying to remember. Dun, dun, dun. So we're also going to do some block printing. So yeah, so we've got a few activities going on. That's going to be every Wednesday. So like I said, there's kind of a morning and afternoon session. You can join in both or one of them. Totally up to you. So we're going to have that on throughout the whole of the summer holidays every Wednesday. Also, there's going to be some other fabulous stuff going on at the yard. So first strand, I think, is complete. I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to put that to one side and I'm going to create my next strand. So get some more of my embroidery thread. Now don't worry if they're not exactly the same length. It's not a problem. If you want them all the same length, obviously you can measure them out. Totally up to you. So I'm going to do again knots in the bottom. And I'm going to change the colour scheme this time. Right. Okay, and then again I'm going to have a button on the bottom. Say that fast 3 times. Button on the bottom. Right, thread it through. So just got that button base, like so. And I think I'm going to go for some yellow. Got like these browny glittery ones as well. Orange. Just building those up. And you can do it as like a repeated pattern, or you can do it as random. It's totally up to you. I'm kind of going for a bit of random today. Oh, hi Georgia. See, Georgia's joined us on Facebook. How are you doing? How's your day going? Adding buttons. I am making some beaded wind chimes today, so I'm getting some more. I'm quite liking these bigger buttons. So we're just threading some different beads onto some embroidery thread. So I've done one. I'm glad your day's going well. Mine's going well. Thank you very much. It has been productive so far, I think. Here we go. So just building up and doing each strand different colour. I've got a base which is a triangle. So yeah, just kind of mixing it up a bit. But you can make like your wind chime base whatever shape you like. It's totally up to you. There's no right and wrong. Dun, dun, dun. And I've got some new background music today, which is like a little bit Oriental inspired. It's very calming, very soothing. I was enjoying that vibe. There we go, just building them up. I think we're going to do one more. Do you reckon maybe one more after that? Yeah, why not? Why not? There we go, so we're building up our buttons and beads. Oh, I'll tell you what else we're up to this week is we are doing some more orders for our Crafternoon craft boxes. So we're very lucky to have some volunteers at the yard who help us with this, which is awesome. So a little shout out to our awesome volunteers. And all the fabulous help that they give us. It's very much appreciated. And we are creating our Crafternoon craft boxes, which actually this activity is in our buttons and beads box, so which is awesome. I do like this activity. And we have 2 different boxes. So one is a paper and card based crafts, and the other one is buttons and beads, which makes sense, buttons and beads. So each box has 4 different activities which have step-by-step instructions with them. And then all the tools and equipment and all the craft supplies that you need for those activities are also in the box. So I'm just doing this last strand. There we go. Because I've got 3 points of my frame, I'm going to have 3 different strands. So you can decide, you could do more, you could do less. It's totally up to you. I might do some more, I might do some shorter ones, but I'm going to start off my 3 basic ones, and then I can add more afterwards. So again, I'm going to do some knots. But yes, we've had, over the last week, a few orders come in. So I know tomorrow that's something we're going to be doing, is kind of looking at putting those orders together, and they're hopefully going to go out in the next couple of weeks, which will be amazing. Because now we've done over 2,000 Crafternoon craft boxes in the community. So that's both across Northamptonshire and across Leicestershire as well. So, but majority of those actually have gone across Northamptonshire, which has been amazing. And those are to help support people with their well-being, a bit like our Crafternoon sessions. It's there to kind of as a little way of maybe practicing some self-care, doing something for you, and just having that time for yourself, and just kind of finding that something that just helps you maybe relax, or it takes your mind off something. It's kind of, I know that this keeps going through the hole. I need to make the knot bigger. And hopefully it does a little bit of good. Obviously, it doesn't replace professional care, but and professional help. But hopefully it does support people in the community in a small way. And obviously that's kind of the purpose of our Crafternoon sessions, and also the Crafternoon boxes as well. Because we know not everybody can access us on the internet, but hopefully by having a little box delivered to you, you can access a little bit of crafting in your own time as well. Right, hopefully that knot this time is going to help. But unfortunately, guys, I have a very itchy nose today. Oh, yeah, I really hate that when it's kind of just like, I was fine up until about 2 minutes before starting this. Now itchy nose, ridiculous. Never mind. Right, I'm going to go for greens. Greens, blues, maybe yellows. So yeah, we're going to be doing that this week. And also, if there's any groups out there who would like to have some of our Crafternoon craft boxes across Northampton, then please do get in touch, and we can send those to you totally for free, because we have been very, very lucky in receiving some funding from the National Lottery over the next 2 years, which means that we can create and distribute those boxes for free to people in the community across Northampton. But if there's anybody else who is really interested in our boxes, obviously you're not in that area, you can still access them. We do have them available to buy on our website, or if you're an organisation or something, you can look at obviously contacting us, and we can look at how we can supply those for you as well. So there's always a way, and we're looking always to get more funding to be able to provide more of those boxes for free, because we think it's important to have that offer to the community for free as well, because not everybody can afford to spend a little money on something like that. So I think it's important to be able to have that. But if you buy them from our website, 50% of the profits go into making more boxes for the community as well. So that means that people across the East Midlands can access those craft boxes for free as well. Because I'm a great believer in actually people being able to access support for their mental health and well-being for free, because it is such an important thing. And I've said this numerous times, like we all have physical health and we all have mental health, and for me they're equally as important. And you could argue that your mental health is perhaps even a little more important, because it's like to do with your brain, isn't it? So actually, if we don't look after our brains, nothing else functions. So I would not strongly argue, because I'm not like, but I would gently suggest that our mental health is extremely important. So I'm doing a couple more beads. And if you wanted, you could do like the exact same amount in each one. Thanks, Georgia. I'm glad you think they are good points. Hope so. I'm going to go for this dark button. There we go. Right, so I've got 3 strands of beads for the 3 corners. I'm going to see how. Can you see, like on here now, this is not too far off being dry. So I'm going to kind of just see attaching our strands to our lollipop stick. So I'm just going to go round near the corner. Whoop. Alright, that's not quite dry yet. So just be careful. If it's not dry yet, don't worry. It will come back. It's not going to go anywhere. Okay. I'm just going to wrap this through. And basically what you want to do is knot it in place, okay? So you can do this however you choose. I'm just wrapping it in and out. Like so. And I'm just going to knot it. In place. Right. Extra knot. Extra knot. One. Two. So then what you'll get, you can trim any bits off afterwards, but you'll get that's knotted on there. You hold it up. Oh, it's got all tangled. Come on. Thank you very much. Lift it up, and that's going to hang like so. What we're going to do, hold it up. So you can see with my picture, if I make myself bigger a minute. Okay, you can see holding that up. So if we hold this in place, it's hanging off there, like so. Okay. So we're going to go back to our Crafternoon cam, and I'm going to attach the other 3, and then I think I'm going to add a little bit more sort of beads and things, a little bit of extra decoration. I might even use some of my felt, some little extra decoration, and mix between that and the beads as part of my wind chime. And then I'll show you how we can create some little bits of strings to tie up at the top as well. So I'm going to weave this through like so. I'm going to give it a good knot. Okay, next one. So we've got 2, and obviously they're different lengths as well, so that's kind of a cool little effect. Thank you very much, Georgia. I am liking colours. Oh, there we go. Fab. So you can see those hanging like so. We're going to do the last one. So I've done it on all the points of the corners. And I think we'll add some extra decoration. Right. Tie knot around the back. Need to do one more knot just to secure it in place. Dun, dun, dun. Being a bit fiddly today. Come on. You can do it. Right, hopefully that stays in place. I just need the glue to do its magic. But, oh, they're all tangled. Hang on. Yeah, everybody out. Everybody out. Come on. Oh, a minute, folks. Right, everybody. I was trying to be everybody's friend there. But you can see 3 hanging there. So you've kind of got different levels. So what you could do as well, if you wanted to, you could add beads further up as well. What you could do is just do a knot and then add some more beads further up. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add some extra decorations going around these edges. But what I'm also going to do while I've got this laying down is add a little bit more glue just to kind of strengthen it up. There we go. Just add a little bit of extra strength. When that glue completely dries, that'll be really solid. Because at the moment, because I've tied it onto it when it's drying, it's a little bit wibbly wobbly. So I've got some extra beads. I've also got some of this felt. I think I'm going to go for the yellow. So I might create, as you can see before, I've done it, stars. So just to do that, hang on, move that to one side. I'm just going to cut out a section. Dun, dun, dun. Like so. And I'm going to get my pencil and I'm just going to draw out on there roughly some stars. You could do whatever shape you like. You don't have to, because obviously this is kind of like a little bit of extra decoration. It's not going to create sort of any sound for the wind chime, but it does kind of, again, breaks things up a bit, adds a bit of that decoration, something a bit different. So I'm going to do 3 of those. Might do one more for the bigger one. Oop. There we go. Right. They don't have to be perfect either, so I'm just going to go for that. Dun, 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 dun. Snip. I'm also in the process of planning our next year's worth of workshops, which is quite exciting. That is being very organised, as I like to call it. So we're going to be doing lots of collaboration with the yard, which I'm very excited about. Dun, dun, dun. Right. It's 2 stars. I felt like I was going to turn this to count from Sesame Street and 2 stars. I think he is my favourite character from Sesame Street. He's just very random. I love to count. I never really liked maths as a child, but hey, if it was taught by the count, maybe I would have done. So I've got some stars right there. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a little hole in the middle of them, so they're going to kind of become part of our feature. I'm trying, you want just something sharp just to make that hole. I'm trying to use my pencil. There we go, that's gone through. Boom, give it a little twizzle. I'm just going to do all of those. Twist it, twist. There we go, it's gone through. Let's see, the pencil's gone through. Last one. Last one. Give it a twist, twisty twist. It's gone very dark all of a sudden. Right, I've got my 3 stars. So I'm going to get some thread again. I'm going to make this shorter this time. Dun, 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 dun. Ooh. Find the end. I can never find the end. Forever searching. Ah, here we go. Right, this time shorter. Dink. There we go. So you can see a lot shorter than the other ones. Again, we're going to put a knot through it, and we're going to thread our star first. Oh, dear me. Anybody has a cure for an itchy nose? Also, please share. Could just driving me crackers. Right. Okay, I'm going to thread my embroidery thread through the hole that I've created with my pencil. There we go. That's going to go all the way to the bottom so it hangs like so. And then we're going to add a few beads. Oh no, need a bigger knot because she's gone through. Ah! Okay. Right, hopefully now big enough dot. We try once more. Through the back. Pull it through. Come on. If you're struggling like I am, you can use your pencil. Help you along the way, hopefully. Pull. There we go. Right, this time not going anywhere. Ha ha ha, I win. Right. And let's have some beads. There we go. And just attaching those on there. Just going to do a few on this one, not too many. Pink, red one, and do one more for luck, because why not? There we go. So that is one. If you guys can see, I'm going to do the same again. I'm going to make this one even a bit shorter. So you're kind of building up like different sort of layers within your wind chime as well. Knot it around. To make the hole a bit. There we go. Yeah, put it through. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to do the other star and then we'll add the beads to both of them. And cut some thread. Dink. Again, knot in the bottom. Okay. I'm going to add some beads. 2, 3, go on. 4, 1 more for luck. 5. That's our second one, and then we're going to do the third. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we've got these 3 as well. They're all different lengths. I might just trim this one so it's a little bit closer to the others. Yep. Snip. And then we're going to attach them in between. Again, it just builds up our creation. I'm going to do a double knot just to keep it in place. That's 1. Yep. Second knot. Another go. That wasn't quite doing its thing. For all our crafting videos, because we've been doing our Tuesday Crafternoon. Oh, well, it was a year in March, so what are we on now? May, June, July. So 16 months. So nearly we're going up for that 1.5 year mark. So you'll find on our Facebook page, you'll see all of those. All those videos are still there. So there's like 16 months worth of Crafternoon. So there's loads of crafting can go on there. So you can see, look. Yeah. So you've got those bits at the bottom. These at the bottom, those at the top. I'm going to do one more, so it kind of builds up our shape. There we go. And then I'll show you how we can get some thread and we can tie it all together at the top. And we'll neaten up all the threads that are loose. Make sure everything's secure in place. And then we've got our beaded wind chime. Da -da 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 -da. So I'm just going to hold this up just so I can see everything. I'm going to trim, oh, there we go. That glue is still not dry. I'm going to trim off all these little excess bits. So make sure you're trimming the right end. You don't want to snip off your beads. Have done that before, unsurprisingly. Ooh. It's still drying off a bit. There we go. Right. So I'm going to be a little bit careful because this is still drying. But hopefully you can see how it's kind of coming together. Now, trim this bit off. Yep. Get rid of all those excess bits. So you can see those star bits. You can also hopefully see these bits at the bottom. So they're the bottom. That's the weight. This is the lighter bit on the top. Okay. So I'm going to move. Ooh, I'm getting glue everywhere now as well. Excellent. Move those little bits of strand out of the way. And we just want to move these star pieces so they're out of our way as well. So we're coming back to our triangle. Okay. Now for a little bit of contrast, I'm going to use this darker thread. You just want a good length of this, okay? And basically, this is to kind of support it. We're going to have 3 bits of string coming from each of the corners. And you can decide how long this is going to be. So I'm going to not make it that long. So that's 2 pieces. And I'm going to get one more of a similar length. This time I am kind of looking at getting it a similar length, so it just makes things a bit easier for you. So roughly that. There you go. Oh. Right, so one end, so you're going to line up one of the ends, and we're going to knot that together, okay? In fact, we're going to do it a bit further down, like so. Okay, so that's all knotted together, so that is one end. Then we're going to knot each of these three ends onto our frame, or you could stick it, you could glue it, whatever you want to do. I'm going to go into this middle string that we did earlier, hopefully. I'm going to use my pencil. Actually, I'm going to clear off my glue spreader. I'm going to use my glue spreader just to help me along the way. Pull that through, like so. You can see just here. And I'm going to knot it. Okay, and I will double knot it again, because again it just secures it in place. Like so. One. That's two, and because that's already knotted to there, you could knot it straight onto the lollipop stick, it's totally to you. But I think because that's already secure, I'm just using that to help me, okay? So, yeah, I might undo this knot just to do it further down. Getting ahead of myself. Okay. Getting all danglified. Should untanglify myself in a moment. Just one piece is deciding to be a pain. Just give it a snip. There we go. Boom. Got those out of the way. So I'm going to do the other two, and then I'm going to join them all together. So that one's out the way. This is going underneath here. Get my glue spreader again just to help me along the way. Oh no. Right, that's undid. Redo it. There we go. I'm not a little bit fiddly this bit, so just take your time. Oh, getting all tangled. Come on, everybody. Let's all work together. Right. Here we go. That's you off of there. Going to do a second knot for this one. Dun, dun, dun. With a little bit of effort. There we go. Right, now we're going to get this second thread going underneath, because hopefully now that's all secure. So get my glue spreader just to help me. Push it underneath. There we go. Fab. Dun, dun, dun. One knot, 2 knots. Fab. Okay, we've got 2 out of 3. Let's do the last one. Make sure that's tight. Going underneath. Again, I'm going to use my spreader just to help push it through. There we go. Fab. All the threads. The only problem with this embroidery thread sometimes, pain in the butt because it's made up of several strands. It likes to try and do its own business. You're like, no, everybody behave. Please, everybody. There we go. Everybody at once. Thank you very much. Right. I'm going to double knot this. And again, we can tidy up any threads at the end. That's 1 knot. Dun, dun, dun. 2. Fab. So what we're going to do now, get the 3 that we've just attached. I'm going to bring them up into the middle. Okay, so you want them all the same length, like so. Okay, and then what I'm going to do towards the middle, make sure that's all lined up. So you want these bits in the middle to be all lined up. We're going to knot it like so. Just secures that in place. Okay, so we're going to pull it up. That'll be like that. And then we're just going to create a little loop for it to hang up, okay? So I'm just looping it like so. Okay, so you can see that loop. And then I'm just going to knot towards the bottom of that loop. And it's just going to push it down. You've got yourself, well, it's 3 loops because 3 bits of thread. But then that will hang up like so. Okay, and I just need to add a little bit more glue to my lollipop sticks because I need a bit more glue, a bit more time to dry. But essentially, that is our creation. Ta-da! So we've got our little stars, we've got our big buttons at the bottom. I might even change the length of these so they're a bit shorter. So it kind of fits in a bit more, but you can do however you like. And I know we finished a little bit earlier today, but what I am going to do, I'm going to shorten this. So I'm just going to snip this off and shorten it. Snip it off. Dun, dun, dun. There we go. Oh, lollipop stick mayday. There we go. I'm just going to shorten this to about there, I think. Just makes it a little bit more linked to our sizing. So I'm going to go through the middle here, wrap it round. And again, our lovely double knot. So ideally what you want to do is wait for that PVA glue to dry, but because we are working in an hour, it's not quite dry, but that's okay. Come on. Add a bit more glue. There we go. Get it in place. That's all getting tangified. So that's a bit better, isn't it? There we go. So again, we're going to shorten these 2. And then our wind chime is complete. Ta-da! So So I'm going to hold this in place. It'd be good if you've got something like either can weigh it down, or do you know like those bulldog clips to clip in place? Just really helps with this. Now the other thing you can do, rather than undo the knot and redo it, you can wrap it round like so. That will work. So I've just wrapped it around the top. In fact, I'm going to do that for the other one. There we go. I might just wrap this one around a couple of times just to keep it in place, and we've got our little beaded wind chime like so. So that is our crafting session today, guys. And pop that down there. Switch so we can see both of us here. Ta-da! So I'm going to hold this up again just so you guys can see. Hopefully you can see our little wind chime there. And wrap this round again. So we've got our little device for hanging it at the top. We've got our series of beads and buttons and little extra decorations for our wind chime, which you can hang this up outside or in your bedroom or somewhere in your house. And as the wind goes, it will clink together and you'll have a little wind chime sound. So that is our, whoops, getting glue everywhere now, our bead and button wind chimes. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, guys. We're going to be back next Tuesday for some more Tuesday Crafternoon, but we'll also be back tomorrow. We're doing some stained glass art for our Crafternoon at the yard, and that is Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 3 till 4. So lots of crafting, lots of creative self-care. But I hope you have a fantastic rest of the day. I hope you continue to look after yourself and maybe do something a little bit creative. So take care, everybody. Bye.